when it was unpopular in some areas, talk good about Martin Luther King. I mean, I've seen all the old interviews. I've seen Ron Paul on Access TV when he ran for president in the late 80s, talking about Martin Luther King. In fact, those tapes are out there now on the web, and talk about the CIA drug dealing. So it's what Ron Paul says out of his mouth, not some obsession on, oh my gosh, he wasn't, something totally politically correct. And they also say in the same articles why Ron Paul said that HIV was manufactured to kill black people. He's a kook. Now, wait a minute. I thought he doesn't like black people, but he's warning in one report that there was links to it being a bioweapon, which, by the way, is in major studies. Now, that's real if you dig into that. So, he doesn't like black people, but he didn't want to kill them with HIV. You see how this works? And then also, he thinks there's going to be military on the streets. That's like all over the news right now. He was on Alex Jones's show and said this. I mean, this guy is a nut. So I told you, as soon as it was clear that he could win, they are going to come after him with everything they've got. And it's now happening. They said his son kidnapped women, wasn't a medical doctor. They would have people dress up in hayseed outfits in Kentucky, which is an insult to rural farmers, and hold signs like, I don't like Mexicans, kill them. They got caught doing stuff like that to Rand Paul. And then people would go, wait a minute, I recognize that guy. That's one of the campaign officers for the guy he's running against. I mean, this is the type of stuff. And by the way, I saw a headline today. Ron Paul supporter calls blacks monkeys. That'd be like if they went out in the street and said, we found a guy in Tucson, Arizona that says he hates Jews and likes Alex Jones. Oh, that's it for Alex Jones. I mean, it is the oldest trick in the book because he doesn't want to bomb brown people all over the world. See, he's bad. He's a bigot. He could easily say, attack Iran, he'd be president like that. They go, okay, you want it, you got it. Won't do it. He's going up against criminals who are extremely dangerous, who are setting up every form of tyranny we've seen in history that our country has always stood against. There's no doubt torture, no doubt secret arrest, no doubt any of this is the plague. It's as bad as it gets. And the guy who's not even radical, he's a real American, just a common sense, believes in freedom, and he's going to have the kitchen sink thrown at him now. So pray for Ron Paul, support him, and defend him, because you asked him to run, and I know I privately did and on air, and we twisted his arm and said, even if you don't win, you've got to educate the world. This is a great focal point for liberty. And he said, I know, I just want to basically retire and write, but I'll do it. He's a 76-year-old man doing what I couldn't do at 37, about to be 38. He works his butt off 18 hours a day, and you can see the toll on him. So remember, you asked him to do this, you got to defend him now. Okay? He's in the arena. He's our champion. You got to get behind him. All right? I told you. You asked for it. He's there. I told you he could win. He's going into the pole position. This is a big deal. And folks, they might kill him. I mean, you got to understand this. Ron Paul knows what he's done. And he's happy for that to happen. I'll guarantee you if that's the case, because that would really turn him into a martyr. And that's the one reason they may not do it. Remember what Obi-Wan Kenobi said, strike me down, I'll become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. There's no dirt on him. There's no nothing. He apologized back in the 90s when this stuff came out, and he shut the things down and fired the people because he had dozens and dozens of groups writing these things for what some of the mild stuff that's in there. And most of it's like, oh, good, look, he says they're killing blacks with AIDS. Oh, God, that's racist. Oh, look, he says the World Trade Center first attack was an inside job. It was on the news the feds cooked the bomb and trained the driver and let it go forward. New York Times. So most of the stuff in the newsletters is like, wow, this guy was Alex Jones. They say that in the Weekly Standard article. They say Alex Jones is the biggest conspiracy theorist in the world, the most popular, which means free thinker, open-minded, not a sucker, not a schmuck, not somebody to be conned and manipulated and screwed with. Okay? And in the article they say, but actually, Alex may not be the biggest. It's probably Ron Paul. It's true. It's true. Oh, my God. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. I've gone over it all. We've got some guests coming up here. I've gone over all the Ron Paul news. But, of course, we've got some Kim Jong-il clips, don't we, from Team America that I thought I would analyze and critique here. And again, Jared corrected me. I said the president of North Korea has died, but he was only the acting deputy president. I'm sorry, his father, who died in 1994, you can look this up. He's still the acting eternal president. And they have like children's books there where they say a bolt of lightning struck and he was like born out of a fruit patch or something. And all of them are like gods. So North Korean Kim Jong-il is dead at 69. Now, the reports were he may have been dead a year ago. So I don't believe any of this, just like I don't believe from known liars in North Korea, our own government, that they really killed bin Laden when that's been proven to be phony. So who knows? He probably is dead and probably died a long time ago. He died of a heart attack while driving on one of his royal trains. That is what this is, hereditary dictatorship. Also, defectors and rumors circulating that Kim Jong-il was assassinated. Dictator's death could have been a result of internal power struggle with country's military. I mean, who knows the truth? Again, we don't know. North Korea's mourns dead leader's son hailed as great successor to the dear leader. And I played this on the radio today. I may play it later in the week and analyze it further. Talk about Stockholm syndrome of worshiping your abuser. But it's not really Stockholm, because I watched the videos of people marched in like robots by the hundreds of thousands being marched in and fake crying like when my kid gets caught doing something wrong, doesn't want to get in trouble. I mean, that's exactly how my children act. And I'm sorry, it's just they'll go, it's terrible. But these aren't even the worst fake videos. I mean, it is so incredibly fake when you watch these videos of the fake crying. Because if you don't fake cry properly, you are off to a FEMA camp. Remember, these are the upper class that actually get an hour or two of electricity, enough food to not starve to death. They're such good parasites in crushing their public. They actually raise the majority of the public in barns. And they breed the men and women. This is on record. Only at certain points when the doctors check them and then ship the baby, which was actually a Soviet plan, to another area, like taking eggs from a hen. That's why that quote's in 1984. And they've been so good, I don't know, like 5 million other people have died in the last few decades from starvation. And it's been confirmed by Vanity Fair that they actually sell long pork at the kind of middle class areas. Like, you got meat? You got your favorite kind, dead villager. It's a little skinny, they died of starvation, but there's some meat in the stew. You get a nice little goblet stew if you'd like. And that's what government gives you. And look, he has the same look of Lindsey Graham, the same spirit as Lindsey Graham, a little pudgy, just bucket of horse manure. That's not kind of horse manure. I mean, another power-tripping scumbag surrounded by a thug military to protect himself so they can bully and dominate people. I have sworn on the altar of God eternal resistance over every form of tyranny, and you are it. All of you scum and trash and enemies. Oh, God, I pray for human liberty to grow and that we never have to live through this tyranny anymore and stop repeating history over and over again, and that good men and women will stand up and banish these slugs to where they deserve to be as toilet attendants. These are people that love power for power's sake. They don't have any honor. They're not into beauty. Nothing. They're all a bunch of old creeps who want to show off with a bunch of weird psychos and other narcissists sucking off of them in a sycophantic display of pig worship. Okay, let's talk about something good. I saw a report a few months ago that there's been 7,000 riots. Oh, I'm sorry, we have the Kim Jong-il clips? Okay, I'm going to get to the stuff what's happening in China as they revolt against their degenerate communist ruling party, all filthy rich, waddling off people as the population's so poor that most people chain their kids up to light poles every day and go work all day just trying to get enough money. And there's blood all in their clothes coming from China now because the little kids work their fingers to the bone. That was in the news today. And the Chinese are fighting back against it, but the wicked Chinese government props up those slugs. But don't we have some clips from Team America, you said? Yeah, go ahead and play those. I guess we could put some humor to this, even though it's not funny. Here, some comic relief. Here it is. Make fun of these trash who take themselves so serious. I know there's a hell, and I know he's roasting in it right now. Let's go ahead and go to the clip.
It will be 9/11 times 2,356.
My God, that's... I don't even know what that is.
Nobody does.
You heartless bastard! Why would you do such a thing?
Because then there will be balance. Every country will be a third world country. Just imagine it. All around the world there will be massive explosions. With nobody to guide them, the people will break out into panic and rioting all over the earth. The true nature of humanity is unleashed. Dog eats dog as everyone attacks everyone and fends only for themselves. Global stability unravels. By the time my show is over, it will be far too late.
And again, the globalists always accuse the bad man. And again, the globalists like, oh, we're good, he's bad. No, globalist bad, Kim Jong-il bad. Iranian leadership bad, U.S. leadership bad. See, we're all trained like Coke, Pepsi, Ford, Chevy. No, none of it's good. What if I want Dodge or Mercedes or Fiat or make my own car or I want a 57 Chevy? The point is they always make you think, oh, well, our government makes fun of Kim Jong-il. But the globalists want the post-industrial world. The globalists want to shut down and make everybody poor while they live within compact high-tech systems. So they basically tell you what they're doing as we review that clip, but say Kim Jong-il wants it, and they want a global government to bring stability. No, that's not what they want. They want instability, order out of chaos to bring in their world banking dictatorship. Let's go ahead and go to the next clip.
You are all going to be treated to a fabulous show, but now party's over. For I am the great Kim Jong-il, and I am the greatest terrorist ever to have lived.
Terrorize this.
Oh! Ah! Fire German!
Then a cockroach climbs out of his mouth, gets into a spaceship, and takes off. You got to admit, it's high art. I mean, it's an excellent film. Just don't get the super R-rated, unrated one. Believe me, it's not. I mean, it's pornographic with puppets. But in the world of puppets, whatever. So, and I'm told he got really upset by movies like that. He took himself real seriously. That's why I denigrate the British royal family, the Dutch royal family, guys like this. That's all royalty is 20 generations of Kim Jong-ils, everybody running around kissing their butts, talking about how great they are. Most of them are so inbred, you know, they're half sterile or can't even talk. You know, the British royal family, some of the sisters and people of Queen Elizabeth II, they literally had to lock up because they you got to see the photos online. I mean, I'm not putting down mentally retarded people, but I mean, these are the master race people that want to get rid of us, the commoners. You people are the inbred trash. Stop telling me and my family are trash, and you know, just because you're inbred psychos and have no feeling that I've got something wrong with me because I've got feelings. No. You think just because I have feelings, I can't look into the places you look? See, people that are well-balanced can look into everything, can experience everything. I'm not like you, like a machine that can't do anything but dominate people and gets off on it. Yeah, I have a conscience. I have a governor because I'm 20 times, 100 times more powerful than you are, and so is every other person that loves life. Remember it and know it. And remember, you will be defeated, scum, and you hate yourself on top of it, and that's why you hate us. I see you, and I know who you are. Anyways, there's a Chinese village where people are fighting back and taking over the police stations. They've been fighting for months. They've had 7,000 riots, men, women, and children charging into machine gun fire, just all sorts of stuff going on. And not just in this village. This is one where they've taken it over for a long time, and human liberty is standing up over there, and we salute those folks. Continuing, finally here with some truly horrible news. It's the same old deal. Communists taking land, beating people up, police brutality. You know, in China, when they beat up some old homeless man to death that people like, they just go and burn down the police station and kill a bunch of people. And, of course, they know they're going to be shot and killed. The military's going to come later after them. But they're just sick of it. See, they don't drink sodium fluoride all day. That's why they're like that. I'm not saying we should even do that. The point is that's what Americans used to do. That's what anybody used to do who has any testosterone. All right. Finally, before we go to break here, EPA ponders expanding regulatory power in name of sustainable development. This is what Lord Monckton told us last week. Here it is. They say they're going to just, doesn't matter, they don't have laws. The EPA will now just do whatever it wants. And it says we'll be able to take over everything. Farming, ranching, industry, they'll just be able to say, through existing laws, we can just say that it's an environmental sustainability issue and that the cockroaches or whatever need this area. They don't have to prove something's endangered now.